Don't forget to subscribe to the Chrissy B Show, always aiming to show you the happier side of life. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back. Now I'm joined with soul singer and songwriter who writes from her heart, Lateefah.
Hello.
Hello, my darling.
Hi.
How are you?
All right.
So tell us about this writing from your heart.
I've been writing since it was like 9.
9?
Yeah.
Wow.
9 years old. It was kind of like my coping mechanism because I grew up in St. Lucia and my dad moved over here to do work and stuff, and I was a bit of a daddy's girl.
You were singing?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I started writing from then, and that's kind of how I started to deal with situations. So
what kind of things were you writing at age 9?
Well, surprisingly, at 9 years old, I was writing about relationships. I
Really?
didn't know what I knew. Yeah, it's a bit weird. But now, like, a lot of my songs deal with love and life and yeah, just everything I go through. It's like my diary.
Okay.
It's pretty personal.
Is it?
Yeah.
But what are you going to be singing for us today then?
This Is Who I Am, which is kind of like a song I wrote after a breakup, and I was tired of changing myself to fit someone else's mold. So it's kind of like, yeah, this is who I am.
So it's like, this is who accept me the way I am and stuff like that. Okay. Now, when did you actually realise you could sing and that you wanted to be a professional singer?
I think I always knew I could sing. I grew up in church, so it's kind of like in the church choir, being dragged along as well. And but I never wanted to do it on the stage. But my dad's a musician, and he and my mum are quite supportive of, you know, the music. And
it was good to have that support from
yeah,
you.
no, it's amazing. I don't think I'd be doing it if I didn't have the support. It's so hard, so hard. But yeah, Dad kind of encouraged it. I went to like the School of Music. That kind of boosted my confidence. And then I had this little group with me and my brother. So cringe. So yeah.
You got to start somewhere.
Yeah. Like hide the tapes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of like at that point, you know, I thought, you know, I can do this. But yeah, it was really after uni I decided, yeah, I'm going to do it full time.
And how's it been going since then?
It's been a struggle. I'll be very honest. It's been very hard. But I've got an amazing team around me, and they kind of keep me going when I feel like giving up. So, you know, without them, I think it would be. And
what is it that you have to offer the world?
So basically, you know, my songs they're from the heart, but they're also, you know, they deal with stuff that everyone deals with. And growing up, I grew up, I'm a 90s baby. And, you know, I remember the whole neosoul movement and all the Jill Scotts and the Indie Aries. And that's what I grew up listening to. And I kind of feel like the music industry's become so saturated with production and, you know, the whole dance movement. And I just want to bring that, you know, that little neo-soul vibe thingy. I just want to bring it back.
Which is lovely. Okay, so you're going to go off and get ready for us, aren't you?
Yes.
Lateefah, in just a moment. Well, I'm going to answer a question from a viewer, and then you're going to hear her fantastic voice, because I did hear her rehearsing earlier. So thank you so much for speaking to us. Just before you go, future plans, what do you have, what dreams do you have?
So we spent a lot of time in the studio, so I'm hoping next year brings more performing and touring.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure it will.
Yes.
Alrighty, so thank you very much for talking to us, and we're just going to go off and get ready now. So I'd just like to answer this question from a viewer. Now this one, let me find it. Okay, she doesn't, this one's from Marlene. She did put her name, and she says, "Hi Chrissy, my daughter is 15 and she told me she's depressed. I don't really understand, as she's always happy and smiling. We talk and she's very open. She has nothing in this world to worry about. How can she get depressed? We have a great relationship, so I'm a bit lost as to where all this is coming from. What would Chrissy do?" Now, first of all, Marlene, I think it's really good that your daughter has actually spoken to you. That is a big step in itself. And you say here that you don't understand what's going on because she's always smiling and she always seems happy. Now, I can tell you from experience that I was also going through a situation like this when I started when I was 16. I was very depressed, and I was also trying to hide it from everyone. So I would pretend and I would smile and I would laugh, but inside I was going through so many issues. So don't let that sort of fool you into thinking she's actually okay just because she's able to act that she's fine. Now, you say here that she's got nothing in this world to worry about, but I wouldn't sort of think that. Sit down and have a talk with her if you haven't done already, because she could be going through something at school, she could be being bullied. So find out what it is, what her concerns are, because if, for example, well, actually when I had this problem, it's like people used to say to me, like parents and stuff, family members, oh, you've got nothing to worry about, you're so young, you've got your whole life ahead of you. But that wasn't very helpful for me. I wanted them to understand what I was going through, and that actually made me close up. So don't dismiss her feelings. Don't sort of say, oh, you got nothing, you're okay, or, you know, everything's provided for you, we're a great family. Listen to her concerns, find out what it is she's really worried about, because that's gonna really help her. She's gonna appreciate that you actually taking the time to listen to her concerns. Now, what I would do first of all, which is what my parents eventually did, was to take her to the GP to find out about what can be done. You know, she could be referred for counselling and things like that. But as I said, I think the most important thing at this stage is, well, it's great that, as I said, she's spoken to you about it first, but also try and listen to her and understand what she's going through, even if to you it might seem silly. Because some parents will say, oh, you know, that she's been teased at school, it's nothing. But sometimes parents don't realise the extent of things that youngsters are going through, and there's a lot of pressures on them nowadays. So just make sure you're there with her and, you know, supporting her through, and I'm sure, you know, she'll get through this as I did. Okay, but now it's time for Lateefah with This Is Who I Am. And just before we go, if you want to visit the website for more information, you can do so on chrissybshow.tv, and also you can email me on chris@chrissybshow.tv. Bye-bye for now.